We'll head back to class at Lincoln Middle School in Berwyn after a truly terrifying crime right outside of the building. The school's assistant principal was shot and killed. One of three people dead in a tragedy that has shaken that school and truly the entire neighborhood. Police say it was a domestic incident. NBC5's JC Navarrete live in Berwyn tonight talking with students and with parents about the grief they're facing right now. JC?
Hey there, Stephen, and so much emotion was on full display. And today we also learn more about the crime, but the victim itself, we're learning tonight from her sibling that assistant principal was shot and killed by her own husband.
Oh, wow.
They're my family, and I mean, it's a horrible thing. I have a lot of emotions. I don't quite know what to feel.
A family ripped apart by gunfire, just feet from Lincoln Middle School in Berwyn. Among the dead, assistant principal Nerissa Lee. Balloons, flowers, and candles now line the street as students and parents pay their respects. Lee's life cut short Tuesday afternoon, shot inside a car. Her husband, Stephen Lee, dying of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Her sister says the mother was also killed inside that vehicle.
This didn't come out of the blue.
That's what it was.
Had started ever since, I want to say the tail end of June. And basically the boiling point would have been yesterday.
Wednesday, a clear picture of the violence. Nearby security video captures more than a dozen rounds fired. Police call it a domestic situation. Students now grappling with the loss. One told me she felt safe around Lee. Another, with her mother's permission, said she'll miss her laugh.
I always saw her laughing with the other people, and she would laugh so hard that I didn't understand the joke, but I would also laugh.
Her commitment to students, clear to anyone who knew her.
She was always about her work. She sounded like she really loved her school, really loved her kids. So she was all about what she needed to do.
Wow.
Again, classes do resume tomorrow right behind me here at Lincoln Middle School. And you can see how much that memorial here has grown over the past couple of hours. Police continue to investigate what may have even led up to this shooting in the first place. And we do now know that counselors will be on hand for anyone that may need them.
Hey, man, for those that live around off 290, I want y'all to stop by, put some flowers on over there by the memorial, man, represent, because that lady didn't have to go like that. Now, I had my opinions before about the situation, but then I was thinking, I'm like, let me wait. And then I seen more information. New information came in. It was the husband of the woman. And now, not only that, it was some people speculated that it might have been a man in the car with her, but it actually was her mother, it seems like. So did he end up killing the mother too? Because they never specified who was the second person in the car that died. 3 people died, one being the suspect himself. So the husband shot himself and killed himself. He shot and killed the wife and the third person in the car. Some assumed that it was a male figure, but technically it was a woman. It was the woman, and the sister just verified that it was a mother. So it seems like the mother died too, which is crazy because what would lead to this, bro? You don't do that. Not the mama, bro. You don't hurt nobody's mama. You do not hurt nobody's mama, man. This is crazy because in this situation, you get these guys out here. Now, guys ain't all clean. Like, I might get on a woman's ass about little shit, but I got to get on the men for knowing better. You're too emotionally invested into this woman that you have to hurt her and harm her, bro. You need to relax. You need to find your purpose. A lot of men are out here and they do that. They don't have purpose in life, and these women are attracted to these men. They got nothing going for themselves. They're just an adrenaline rush. That being said, they risk their life and want to be with a type of man like this, and then next you know it, they questioning on why they stayed. Well, you should have known who you picked, and she shouldn't have died in this situation at all. But that man knows better to do that, and then he did that in front of a lot of kids, in front of a school, in front of her school that she's an assistant principal in. She had a lot going for herself in this. She could have one day became a principal. But now we can't see that future no more because you got emotional men that can regulate their emotions, and they have a possession of weapons. Now, this same man could do that with a gun, with a knife, but with a gun, it's more effective. That's the problem. We need to vet these men. As women, y'all need to vet these men more. Find red flags immediately. Any man that will put their hand on you is not a man that loves you, and you shouldn't put your hand on them either. That being said, this is beyond me. This violence, it's not new to me. I'm true to this. I'm not new to this. You know what I'm saying? So this violence ain't nothing new. It's just at the end of the day, why is this happening? A black woman again killed by a black person, a black man, which is her own husband. Now, I don't know how to think of this. I don't even know the details of the situation. Maybe later in life that the sister might spill some information that she only knew, because that's the only person that can tell the details of the story, unless these details were told to a friend that's close to the suspect and or the victims. As of now, we only getting information from the sister. So we know who the third person is because the police did not release that information. So I'm glad we talked to the sister, but then I want to understand why he did this, because you got to get in the mind and the psyche of certain people, unless they're just crazy, unless they have psych issues. That being said, you can't have those type of people in the community. You got to get rid of them. You got to stop. You got to educate them. You got to tell them to regulate their emotions. You got to do right by them, I guess. Make sure that they are under control. Remove certain things. If you feel like this person has a gun and he makes certain threatening threats to people and he has a hot head, you might have to call the police and anonymously report him to get his guns removed. Unfortunately, I don't like that, but people can do it, right? In the state of Illinois. Plus, this person is a threat to you and your future. I'm assuming she probably have kids, maybe. Let's just hope she has kids too. But if she didn't have kids, still, she's helping kids out. You're doing this in front of her kids at school. Those kids don't even understand what happened. They're in middle school. They were like, oh, she died. They have no emotions other than the memories they have. Like, they don't know how to feel. And then you're scarring those kids. You see, people are so selfish in this world. And this is why I put myself in a bubble. I remove myself from danger at all. If I sense any danger, I remove myself from it. I don't need to be the biggest guy in the room. I don't have to be the tough guy. I'm just here to protect myself and get myself back home. That being said, your threat is at home when it's your husband trying to attack you. So women, I'm going to tell you this once again. If you need to report people that are doing violence towards you, don't wait for something to happen, because you could be the victim of said crime. Also, always arm yourself. Arm yourself, get a firearm in case you need to protect yourself and the ones next to you that you love the most. Lastly, don't forget to take some type of hand-to-hand combat, taekwondo, Muay Thai, karate, whatever you feel comfortable with. You need to learn these skills in case you become a victim of said crime. That being said, it's your boy Angelo Savage. Make sure you like the video. Don't forget to comment what you think about this situation. This is horrible, bro. Chicago, we got to do better. Facts. We definitely got to do better. And lastly, the black community, we got to do better, bro. Y'all gotta regulate your emotions, man. The emotions is the reason why we crashing out. We ended up in prison. We got to stop this, and we got to stop it quick. Unfortunately, only some people are gonna listen. Other ones, they won't. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe. It's your boy Savage. Let's go. Peace.